Good morning, folks, and welcome to France. First morning in France. Found a nice little park up next to this canal, and thought I'd get out on my bike. There's a Movember charity, which probably should take part in because I've not had a mow for a while. But this week they're raising awareness of the 100 men a week that take their life because they're generally suffering from mental health issues, and obviously I just want to support that. So the challenge is to do 100 miles in a week on your bike. So my current mileage is 9.6 miles. So hopefully by the end of this week, in the end of this video, I will have done 110 miles. So yeah, a bit of a challenge set for myself, but I think it's well worth it. And there's going to be some damn good scenery and some really good excuses to do it, because part of me coming here, over here anyway, is to go follow the Tour de France. I'm a few days behind because of what happened with my gearbox in the last video, but I'm going to play a bit of catch up today, and hopefully within a few days I'll be back in the Alps catching up with where the route's going to be in that. But for now, I've got some miles to do. So as you can see, this is the old boat lift. You see the ram underneath there, and obviously that held the boat. And then the other side of it, I presume it was weighted so that one filled up, and then as one lowered, the other one raised up. So it looks like they're restoring this one. Then obviously we saw the new one that was further down the canal over that way. But it's pretty cool. Good bit of engineering on both, actually, old and new. Oh, that was about 40 minutes, something like that. Obviously I did stop to take B-roll of where I am and stuff, so yeah, I don't know. And I think I did 4 miles. So 100 miles in 7 days, that is not going to work at 4 miles. So yeah, wherever we get parked up today, it's quite a long day driving, need to split it up and that, so I might do a bit of a lunchtime cycle as well, try and catch up on my miles of it. But yeah, the whole point of this trip is to go watch some Tour de France in the Alps, and currently I'm probably about an hour south of Calais. Reims is my main target, and no toll roads is the only thing they've told the sat nav, because trying to save on the pennies right now. The fuel's bad enough as it is. Right, give that little fella his breakfast and let's hit the road.
Start it up.
knackered now. Let me just check what miles I've done today. 25.3 miles. So that's roughly, I think I worked out to do 14 something miles a day. So I think I've done 15 just to get some in there. Obviously I'm staying here tonight, so I know a few good routes I can do around here to try and bump up the mileage tomorrow before we set off down to Dijon, somewhere like that, I think it is. So I know some of you are going to be thinking in the comments, but you are doing it on an electric bike. Well, first of all, it's not an electric bike, it's an electrically assisted bike. So I still have to put in a certain amount of effort for the battery to kick in and give me a little bit of assistance. The second thing I want to say is I'm 52 years old. I am not at all healthy. I don't normally get any exercise, and I'm probably about 16 stone. I don't know, because for about 2.5 years I've not had a set of scales because I lived in a van for that long. And I also want to point out that in a little accident when I was a kid on my bicycle, I knackered my leg up to the point where I had it in plaster cast for probably about 6 months. Used to ride around with the other leg trying to get places because, you know, nothing's going to stop me. But yeah, it does mean that I've got a duff left leg, and the only way I can really enjoy cycling is with an e-bike. And I hope that people, normal people anyway, would see past the fact that what I'm doing is fantastic, and it's, you know, regardless of the fact that it's done on an e-bike. But I just wanted to put that in there because I think it needs to be said. Morning, folks. I've just done about an hour or so on the bike, about 13 miles, something like that. This parkup's such a good parkup for the canals and everything like that, that I could do a couple of loops around the town and everything to get a decent start for today's mileage in anyway. It's not to say I'm not knackered, but I found this morning's much easier than I did after last night, because last night I was suffering a little bit with my knees, which is the reason why I have a e-bike anyway. So quite impressed this morning. I did get to do such a big chunk of miles. The parkup I've got for tonight, similar kind of situation actually. It's by a canal. So yeah, drawn to water. I've always said that, isn't it? It's kind of something I look for in parkups. But specifically the first night, tonight, or last night and tonight are going to be along canal systems, which makes it easier for me to put the miles in without worrying about nasty hills and things like that. I'm sure I'm going to find the nasty hills in a few days once I get to the Alps. So after today, tomorrow's track is going to be up into the Alps, and then the miles are going to be more difficult to complete, which is why I thought, well, I've found some flattish ground, I'll chuck in as many miles as I can now. Dear me. But yeah, this local little town's absolutely fantastic. So these spots where the vans are parked, this is all free. There's water that you can get from the marina a little bit there. There's a toilet dump, and there's actual toilets as well. There's a little local shop. Everything you need really, bars, restaurants, that kind of stuff. And I did something that I'd probably consider a cardinal sin, but I parked under trees yesterday for shade, because it was absolutely boiling. It's about 28, 29 degrees, something like that. So yeah, wherever I can, try and get shade, because I know I'm going to be driving today for at least about 3 hours, 4 hours. So the batteries are going to get fully charged. Put my bike away, take the battery out, put it on charge for later, and then go inside, have a drink, and take Moops for a walk, because I basically got up and then came straight out on the bike. this might mean something to a few of you out there, but all these vineyards that I'm driving past right now, I've just driven past the Moët Chardonnay, whatever it's called, factory, vineyard, producing place. Yeah, I'm in the Champagne region, and I know Moët equals Moulin. But yeah, I suppose if you drank wine and stuff like that, not that I'm saying that champagne is wine, don't want to upset anybody, but yeah, this is where it's all sorted and done. So a bit of an update on the gearbox for you. Well, it's totally different, and I don't just mean the gearbox is different, the drive is different. It's quieter, it's smoother, it's just, yeah, absolutely fantastic now. It's like driving a new vehicle again. It's much slicker. Yeah. So the gears used to be quite notchy, and driving down the road used to be quite noisy as well. Like there was a lot of, I always thought it was just engine noise, but obviously it wasn't the engine, it was the gearbox. So yeah, I could never do piece to camera like this because it would just be too noisy. So we always used to have to stop and do something when we were stationary on lower speeds. And yeah, now, well, driving along at 85 clicks, which is 50-ish miles an hour, just over. Yeah, absolutely brilliant. No more droning headaches. Actually, speaking of that, the only thing I would point out is I'd like to apologise for all the people who said, oh, those badass tyres you got, how noisy are they? And I'm like, well, they're no noisier than the tyres before. I can hear the tyres now, so it's definitely, yes. Sadly, I'm guessing that the badass tyres are maybe slightly noisier than normal road tyres, but other than that, it was a lot of money, but obviously it needed doing. Ever since owning the van, we've had those problems. So that gearbox has been on its way out for, you know, 2.5 years. So now hopefully there's another 2.5, 5, 10 years or whatever of this gearbox, because it seems to be absolutely sweet as a nut. Would I say well worth the money? I would have preferred not to have to spend 3.5 grand, but yeah, I guess it's worth the money. So there we go. Just thought I'd give you a bit of an update while I'm driving around sunflower, lavender and champagne fields, because you know, France, isn't it? Such a gorgeous country to drive around rural France. And not only the roads fairly nice and smooth, easy to navigate, beautiful little towns and villages you get through, and then you get to see all this lovely countryside and agriculture. I do love some rural France driving. So we just got here, just outside of Dijon, I think it is, and a little park in air. So there's quite a few motorhomes here, and the machine's out of order. At least it was when I was there before. It's 29 degrees, which, you know, it's not my favourite temperature. but it is breezy enough. So I think I'm going to get some more miles done in now while I feel alright. I have driven for 5 hours today. Yeah, I am knackered already, so I don't want to push my luck. So tomorrow I'm going to take a leisurely pace to get up to a couple of spots I put out in Chamonix. And I'll probably do some more cycling in the morning before I set off as well to get that in, because obviously Chamonix, steep, chances are I'm not going to do that many miles. So I'm going to try and get some more miles banged in now, this 100 miles, so that as I get into the mountain stages, the pressure's not on me so much anyway. So yeah, get a bike out, get some miles under my belt, and have a bit of an easier night tonight, hopefully. So I was absolutely knackered last night. I edited the video about the gearbox breakdown yesterday. Yesterday was a stressful day anyway, so today's been a lot nicer. Lovely drive. Enjoyed my cycle out this morning. So hopefully I'm probably going to put in about another 5 miles or something now. Maybe a little bit more, see how it goes. Well, there was something going on in the town, looks like a football match or something in the stadium. So there's people everywhere, there was cars everywhere, and it looked like the only routes around were the main roads. So I decided to bomb out. I've done 5 miles, which does mean that I've done over my target for today, but might mean that I'll go out really early tomorrow morning, Sunday, when it'll be cooler as well, which is helpful, and do a couple of laps around the town or something like that, which should give me sort of 10-15 miles or something like that if I do a long enough lap around. If I can do 15 miles, that'd be fantastic. Yeah, I am knackered today, and it is 29 degrees outside right now, and tomorrow morning you might see a bit of me cycling around the local little town as well, which looks really nice actually. Good morning, folks. It's that time that we did some more miles. So we're off down this little village. It is 7:30. So sun's up, but it's quite cool at the moment. It's about 19 degrees. Pooped. Sore because I think I got bit there. An insect of some sort. It was big enough that I had to pull it off as I was riding down the road. But I'm also a bit miffed. I put my watch on to track my cycle as I left, and then I did a piece to camera, obviously, letting you know what I was doing morning and all that. I forgot to press start, so it was only when I was halfway round on the loop that I actually pressed start. So yeah, I'm just over 60 miles now. made up with this spot. Yes, there's a bit of road traffic noise, but it's not near a main road. There's cycle paths around here. It's quite flat for most of the cycle paths, and there's place to walk coupe as well. So today's Sunday, it's about 2 p.m, half 1, 2 p.m, so we just arrived here. It's warm, it's 31.5 degrees outside, but I've got epic views all the way around, so I'm happy about that. It's a nice spot. Like I say, me and Cooper got stuff to do. We're out of the way, so it's not dangerous being on the road and everything. Obviously at the time when all the cyclists go past, he's going to be on his lead, and probably in the van, depends on the temperature and who's around and that kind of stuff. I am sorry, but you know, it's like, Daddy, you're recording. It's too warm right now, 29 degrees, to go do anything outside. So yeah, stick in the van, chill out, get a bit of editing done, and then later I'm going to check out the cycle pass, see if I can get some more miles done for the cycle challenge. See how far I can get up the hill that the cyclists are going to get up there. I don't think that's going to get me very far, but ultimately, yeah, today's Sunday, tomorrow's a rest day for them, so I've got the rest of today, all of tomorrow, and then if it's anything like normal, I've chosen a bit of the route which is probably 2/3 down the route, which means they're probably not going to get here until maybe 3-4 p.m, something like that. So it's almost like 2 days of just chilling out now, which is perfect. It's totally what me and Coop need. Done a lot of driving to get down here, and with it being as hot as it is, it's just nice just to chill out a little bit and take it easy. We started on 9 point something miles, and I've got 20 miles left to do. So in 20 miles, that's me done. So yeah, pretty cool. Ooh, I'm knackered now. Obviously a lot of miles covered today, both on the bike and in the van. But what an epic day. What an epic drive down here, and what epic scenery. I can't wait to carry on, see a few more stages in the Alps. Now that it's cooled down a little bit, it's time to do New Flag Day, because we went through Switzerland on the way here, and we also forgot when we went to Bosnia to put a flag on, because we're only in Bosnia for like 20 minutes, something like that. But nevertheless, we visited Bosnia, so they've added that. So there we go. Good morning, folks. It's about 10 to 7 on Tuesday the 12th of July. I went out last night on a bike and did a few miles, and now the miles on the actual odometer are 103.8. Bear in mind it was 9.6 or something when I started this, 9.8. So yeah, close. So I'm going to do a little circuit around this little French alpine town. It looks like all the guys are setting up all the Tour de France stuff at the moment, putting all the banners out. So it's going to be interesting just cycling around anyway. As you can hear, there's a lot of traffic around already for this time of the morning. It's because they close the roads quite soon, so I think everyone's just getting out and about now. So yeah, I'm feeling fine, no issues or anything like that. So let's do this. It's interesting that it's at this point that I've reached 100 miles. So right now it says 109.6. And if you remember, I started off last Friday. It's Tuesday morning right now. Started off last Friday at 9.6. But look at that in the background. It's Mont Blanc. I'm not going riding up there though, so don't worry. 100 miles in 5 days. Got a bit of a sore bum. But the rest of me is doing really well. So I said I was doing this on behalf of Movember charity to raise money for men's mental health. Alright, we just got back. It's 10 to 8. So I did a circuit in a bit. I put steamy windows. Just to make sure, you know, that I've clocked up all the miles that I need to ride. And yeah, absolutely covered that. No problems whatsoever. So, number one, I would like to thank everyone for coming along. And if you didn't believe in me as much as I didn't believe in me, the information is on screen in the video description. A pinned comment. It's on Instagram, Facebook and our website of how to go to Movember and donate something on behalf of what I've done for their charity. Really appreciate anything you can afford, and if you can't afford anything, just a comment down below to say, you know, that you, like I, didn't think I would do this. The Mirider has been fantastic. I'll explain more about that in the Tour de France video though. But yeah, I would say without that new Mirider, not a chance I would be able to do all this, especially around here with the mountain roads that literally go up like that. So yeah, if you watch the next video, I'll show you some of the roads and the angles that I've been able to get up, and the roads I've been able to ride on that new bike. It's fantastic. All right, that's enough waffle for me. Thank you so much for watching. And yeah, I'll catch you on the next video. Take care guys, bye.